Example 1, given f of x equals 3x minus 6, we're going to sketch 1 over f of x. So that would be 1 over 3x minus 6 that we are sketching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch 3x minus 6 first, and then I'm going to apply those steps for reciprocal functions on that. So I'm going to put a scale in here. And then I'm going to use pencil on my y equals 3x minus 6 graph. So my y-intercept is -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also have to extend that a little bit. My slope is 3, so I'm going to count up 3. 1, 2, 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, right 1. And I can tell that the x-intercept of 2 makes sense if I was to move the 6 over and find that 0. So I'm just going to draw this in lightly with pencil. It would be something that I may erase after. Probably should have used a ruler here. And arrowheads. So I'm going to label this f of x, since I'm going to keep it in here just so that we have it as a reference point. Now we're going to apply those rules about asymptotes and reciprocals. So remember that the x-intercept becomes the vertical asymptote. So that would be right here, which makes sense because that would be your NPV in this equation. We should label asymptote, so x equals 2, dash line, arrowheads. Remember, reciprocal function will always have a y equals 0 asymptotes because the graph will approach that. So I'm going to draw that in now too, so don't forget about it. Invariant points are where y equals 1 and -1. So this is where y equals 1 is. I'm going to go across to the graph, and I'm going to make sure that's a point that doesn't change, that I need clearly plot that. Y equals -1 is another key point I must plot. Now I'm going to take the reciprocal of other values. I'm going to choose 3. Reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. And again, as long as this approaches the asymptotes, you've got your curve in there. And you've got at least a couple points there for clarity. -3 is now at -1/3. Now, because this is an intercept, I think it's important to talk about it. This is -6, so the reciprocal would be -1/6. So that's even closer. So your y-intercept is -1/6. You would not have an x-intercept on this one. So intercepts are often important points as well that we need to talk about.